Well, I wanted to make sure that we keep something in the news cycle. This is something that we cannot let them ignore. You know, we saw them ignore every situation that's ever happened. But one thing that we cannot ignore is when Kamala Harris said to the people who shouted out, Jesus is Lord and Jesus is King. When she said, you are in the wrong rally, you need to go to the one down the street. This must stay a part of the news cycle because you know, all of her supporting media will try to push it over to the side so that everyone can forget about it. But I'm going to keep saying this to you. Every person, if you say that you are a Christian, you cannot ignore this. I promise you, if she were somewhere in the Middle East and they said something about Allah and she said, you're in the wrong rally, they would not let them forget that. And they shouldn't. Just like Christians in the United States should not let that just pass. We must keep this in the cycle. It must remain a news cycle. Whether they let it remain one or not, they probably like, oh my God, I'm sure all of them had their little meetings. They had their meetings with each other and all of the state federal agencies that protect her and say, you guys, we have to watch real quickly. Let's use a water hose and water this one down so that the people can forget about this. This is something to all of you people like me. When your families have been against you about this Kamala Harris, you know, this black woman that we found out is really not black, but is really Indian. Her ancestors in Jamaica were really slave owners instead of slaves. You know, they want to be the first to say, well, she's the first black woman. And then, no, she's the first anti-Christian. I want you to remember this. Anti-Christian. When someone says to you, Jesus is Lord, anyone that respects anyone else's religion would never say you're in the wrong group. This is the wrong rally. No one would say that who has any type of religious background. You understand that? Even though I am not aware, I'm a Christian and I always say this. But if someone says something to me about Allah, I'm never going to disrespect that because I respect people's religion. And when someone mentions the deity or deity from any religion, I'm never going to disrespect them because I was not brought up that way. That's how you know she's not black. Just like her saying she washed greens in a bathtub. That's how everybody knew she wasn't black for real, even those that are pretending she is, because a black woman would never put food in a bathtub where the human body has been in that bathtub. That is against everything that every black woman ever been born in America would ever say. And so when she said, put them out, and the young men have, they have a video saying that they were told to leave a rally. Christian young men were told to leave a rally because they said Jesus is Lord. If you think that is okay, you need to check your Christianity card. You really do. Forget about Kamala Harris. It's you that needs to be checked. Because if you think that's okay, that someone that would in your face publicly denounce and disrespect Jesus Christ, I don't know how you can follow them. And you cannot say, I want you to do this right now. Say, I am no longer a Christian. Say it with me. Because when she said to put them out because they said Jesus is Lord, and those people that applauded, everyone that applauded because she put someone out for saying Jesus is Lord. We're not going to play with them with this. And we're going to keep it a part of the news cycle. Everybody, every day until the election, you post something. This is a cross that she's going to have to live with. She created it when her first thought, when someone says Jesus is Lord, was you're in the wrong place. You must remember that, and you must not ever let anyone forget it. Have a good evening.